Hello everyone, and welcome back to another installment of Wolning Design Group's presented Vinci Unified training videos. Today, we will be giving a more in-depth detailed briefing of 3PL billing. Even though we are going into a lot more detail on this video for 3PL billing, we can't cover everything. Billing is one of the most complex topics. We will discuss more on renewal storage along with Accessorial and all the billing options available. First, we have renewal storage. It's billing a customer for inventory occupying space in the warehouse. This is similar to rent. The key is how this is calculated. Inventory is dynamic. It is constantly being received and shipped. The quantity of inventory occupying space is changing by the minute in some cases. Each customer has their own unique billing configuration. Here are some common strategies for calculating. Order fulfillment. Take a snapshot of the inventory on a specific date, and this quantity is billed. Most often, this is calculated after operations end, on the last day of the month. This is looking forward to the month to be billed. For example, calculating on May 31st, on midnight, is billing for the month of June. In other words, as of June 1st, this is the inventory in the building for the account, and this will be billed. Next, we have daily rate, the number of days inventory is at the warehouse. Followed by anniversary, billing for inventory on the anniversary renewal cycle. For example, if the anniversary cycle is 30 days, then any inventory that remains in the warehouse 30 days after will be billed. This cycle continues. For example, if 100 cartons are received on May 15th and the anniversary cycle is 30 days on June 14th, Vinci will analyze how much inventory remains. If 60 cartons ship prior to June 14th and 40 cartons remain in inventory, then only 40 cartons will be billed for renewal when the calculations are completed. Next, we have the number of occupied locations. And lastly, we have the high water mark, which is peak quantity of inventory during a billing cycle. After selecting the calculation mode you wish to use for renewal storage, you will need to determine if you will calculate quantity based on cube, weight, or unit of measurement based on piece, inner pack, case, or pallet. Vinci actually supports a mix. You can build different rates based on the unit of measurement, cube, or weight. Alright, now we can discuss Accessorial. For Accessorial, there are basically three types: anything to do with shipping, anything to do with receiving, and anything that is not shipping or receiving, which is essentially work orders or value-added services. With Accessorial, you can invoice at any time. Daily, weekly, bi-monthly, or monthly, whichever you choose. We recommend invoicing weekly for receiving for better cash flow management. Then, at the end of the month, invoice for renewal storage, anything to do with shipping, and work orders. For receiving, the most common billing is work required to unload a trailer or ocean container. This includes all work: sorting, unloading, palletizing, and even put away. Typically, this would all be rolled up into one charge per unit of measurement, or by cube or by weight. Determine if you will also charge for initial storage for the first month. This is typically called inbound storage. The decision to charge for inbound storage is based on which renewal storage calculation mode was selected. Typically, inbound storage is charged for order fulfillment and anniversary mode. And here are some extra charges that are sometimes added to receiving. Now for work orders, basically there's no industry standard here. Normally, it's a created list of manual charges that can be applied to work orders, and then update the charges on each work order to be billed properly. Examples of this are kitting, QA or QC, labeling, repacking, cycle counts, and hourly fees. Shipping is one of the most challenging set of rules. Many companies want to create separate rules for B2B and B2C, otherwise known as e-commerce or fulfillment. This is possible with DaVinci, but not recommended. Typically, quantities are higher on B2B, and the revenue and profit for processing an order is not a concern. Billing for B2C is the concern, often because B2C has high volume orders with 1 or 2 lines and very low quantity. For example, the most common B2C is 1 line with quantity 1. The problem is that if you charge 25 cents per piece for picking, you may not make any money off the order. Operations affect pricing because wave picking and cartonization reduce labor costs. The recommended strategy is to keep the price per unit of measurement the same for B2B and B2C, but to add minimums to the charges and also add a minimum order fee charge. This will protect any B2C orders and ensure that the sufficient revenue and profit is made on orders such as single line quantity 1. Common billing for accessorial shipping are manual data entry or manual data manipulation, charging for carton stock, purchased by the warehouse, upcharges on small parcel if the warehouse's small parcel account is used, billing for picking based on unit of measurement or number of lines, minimum order charges, billing for services such as routing and appointment schedules, billing for pick and pack, outbound EDI, UCC 128 labels, the list goes on. One last thing for this lesson. A great feature within DaVinci for charges that are sometimes applied to orders, whether it's receiving, pallet restacking, receiving photos, shipping, shrink wrap, shipping pallet straps, is to allow all these charges to be applied directly from the warehouse team through the barcode scanners. Nothing is lost, and tracking paperwork isn't necessary. And that's all for our in-depth, detailed briefing on 3PL billing. Be sure to check back with us for more videos on how to use DaVinci Unified. And if you have further questions or would like to set up a training session, feel free to contact our support. Or check out our detailed documentation online. Thanks for watching.